Miguel says, so I have a sort of a win, but not yet. Shout out to Brandon who talked to me about a Marmoset. I sent 5 tracks. He didn't say no, but he wants more music. That's always good. So should I go with all I got? Also, is top lining need to be the whole song or just phrasing? They tend to gravitate more towards top lining. Man, honestly, bro, if I were you and they were like requesting top lining, I'll just write the whole song. Cause you have the ability, like just write the whole, give them a whole song. Cause that'll definitely work to your advantage. But that's a great sign. Shout out to Marmoset, another dope company. Flair says, what's your most unexpected placement yet? Mine was sound design in Star Wars Andor. Most unexpected placement. It was Nickelodeon news or something. It was random, bro. Like in the track they used, it was an instrumental. It was one I did with my guy Troy. I was like, why did they use this? Like on Nickelodeon. It was like Nick News, and I don't know the track, but yeah, that was the most unexpected. It was like a slower, darker R&B song. Random. It was just random. Did not expect that. So I think that was probably the most unexpected. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that was just like, really? Just because of like the type of track it was. You think Nickelodeon, Nick News, I wouldn't have matched those two together. I thought about buying it, but I hesitate to do so because I have Ozone. Still interested in it though. He just gives me exclusive rights and doesn't want his name used anywhere. Oh yeah. I mean, that it's cool that it's exclusive rights, but since he's still a writer, you have to sign off unless you guys do some type of like work for hire agreement that says, hey, you know, you own all of this. And then he wouldn't be entitled to any royalties at that point. And then you would just, you know, take the music and put yourself as 100% owner. But then with that being said, you would also have to make sure you have all the stems so you can create alternative versions and stems and all of that stuff, alt mixes, all of that. Zim Zada's in the building. What's up, Zim? I used Got Particle on my master bus. Dope. There's a lot of people use it. Obviously I've been sleeping. I got a new song with Bone Crusher. Shout out to Data Boy. I knew it. Listen, anytime you see Data Boy in the room, just know he's been out working and he's about to talk about some new wins. Every time. If it's not on YouTube, it'll be on Instagram Live, which I don't really go live on there a lot, but there's a win happening, I'm telling you. So there's mechanical and then there's performance royalties. TV and film pays on the performance side of things. Your mechanicals would be album sales and streams and all of that stuff, but Sync deals more so with the performance royalties. Yeah, Flares is a G. The Star Wars placement, super dope. I was checking my BMI royalties and I don't see if the upfront money on there. Does the upfront money show on BMI statements? No, they don't. So usually you will get your upfront money directly from the publisher or the company that is licensing the track. Like, you know, sometimes, like I've seen them from music supervision companies and I've seen them from publishers. Now, when that comes depends on how their accounting is set up. Some companies it's quarterly, some, you know, biannually. So it just depends on how they have their accounting set up and how that stuff is paid out. Some they'll just, you know, whenever they get paid, you know, then they'll just kind of forward the check or whatever. So it just depends. Master plan, I heard of that too. Gabba Music Works says, would you rather make one full featured song a month or 4+ production music style? I'd rather do 4+ production music style in a month, because it's just numbers. Like, that's 4 chances, even though like a full song, I mean, a full song is dope too, but it's still only one. You know what I mean? So I think I would take my chances on the 4+ production music. Today's video is brought to you by TV Placement Mastery. This is my high-level coaching program for producers to fast-track you to your first licensing deal within 90 days. Now, this is an invite-only program, so you have to apply, and I only work with a few producers at a time. So just go to tvplacementmastery.com or click the link in the description to apply. Chris Washington says, what would you say is one of the biggest challenges with trying to break into sync, or more so moving towards sync production versus just production? One of the biggest challenges that I see specifically with producers is, I think, not playing the long game and being patient, because it takes time. Like, it's one of those things where you have to put in a lot of upfront work without knowing if it's working or not before you see it work. So it's like, dedicate time making music, dedicate time finding publishers to pitch it to, dedicate more time once you get signed with one of those publishers or one or more of those publishers. Now you have to put in time to actually create more music to give them so that they could pitch it and place it. And that's a lot of upfront work, and a lot of times you may not see upfront money right away. That's hard for a lot of producers, and if you're not patient and you're the type of person that needs instant gratification, you will drop out and the rest of us will win. That's just the reality of it. So if you can just keep going and obviously learn what works, learn how to structure music, learn what publishers are looking for, be willing to adapt, adjust, and create a bunch of annoying stems, you'll be all right. But I think that's like one of the biggest challenges, man. It's just like, it doesn't pop off right away, and then there's like, it doesn't work. Like, it works. You just have to keep working until you see it work, and that may take months. It may take years. It's just one of those things. But if you can get past that and get to that first one, if you can just get to the first placement, I'm telling you, man, like, it will light a fire under you, and you will want to go harder. Especially depending on what your first placement ends up being. Like, some people, they get blessed and see some nice placement, like first placement. You know what I mean? So yeah. Because now once you get the first one, you have proof of concept. You're like, okay, I know it works. Now rinse and repeat. Do more of what worked. So whatever your approach was to get that first placement, do more of that to get more placements. And then if you can get to the first placement and you get to the first royalty statement, it will open up a lot of insight to all of the publishers that are getting placements. It's crazy. It just opens up. It opens up for you. So get to that first placement. If you don't know how to get to that first placement, download my free sync producer quick start guide. The link is in the description, or go to clintproductions.com/free guide. Download that. It'll walk you through the steps to get you to the first one. Miguel, going in on this topic. I write music and do my own vocals, as y'all know. Yet in the time I make one song, I can make 4 to 5 instrumental tracks. Should I focus on instrumentals and make songs when requested on briefs? That's kind of my approach. Is just, it's easy to know like what instrumentals work, or if like songs, like we just read the brief earlier, it was just talking about sports songs, winning, unstoppable, what was one of the something, being the best. Those things work, so you could like write songs like that whenever you have the time to, because like this is something that I know is going to get requested, versus just trying to figure out like what do they need, what are they looking for. But yeah, I think that is the dope part about being a producer, is no matter what, like if we can't find a vocalist, if we can't find a songwriter, like worst case scenario, we can still make money with our instrumentals and produce instrumentals and know that there's an opportunity for that stuff, whether it's video games, ads, TV shows, movies, whatever, corporate stuff, documentaries. So much instrumental music is used for that. Flair says, name your instrument tracks. I work so quick that all names are random and I end up having to bounce 100+ S stems and it takes forever to do. Facts. It's crazy.